Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Sunday Stock Talk with Rich. I will be just double checking the audio to make sure that we're good to go, and then we will get this party started as usual. So let's see what we got here. Just double checking here, guys. Don't see. I think there's a bit of delay. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I think we should be okay though. Just double checking here. One sec, guys. My YouTube has not popped up yet. Unless I'm in the wrong place. Okay, there we go. Just see. Okay, there we go. We're good. All right, so thanks for joining me. I want to talk about Bitcoin today, some of the opportunities that are presenting themselves, look at futures, look at swing trades and everything like that. And from there, we can take any chart requests that you guys may have or anything like that. All right, so let me just go to Twitter real quick and just hit let everyone know we are live. So we're just gonna hit this quote tweet live now. All right. All right. So I'm here on the Bitcoin chart, and one thing that really intrigued me with Bitcoin is the fact that we had an inside week close, which was very, very powerful. And I've been watching Bitcoin for a while now, and what I started to notice was Bitcoin is moving very Fibonacci algorithm based. And anytime a market is moving in that favor, there's going to be a lot of opportunities to make great return. So that's pretty much what got me interested. And then another major announcement on May 5th, Bitcoin futures will be splitting into the micro, which is going to open up a lot more traders to be able to take trading opportunities, as well as it's just overall good for the Bitcoin market because of CME creating that instrument. All right. So what I wanted to talk about specifically here is I want to go down to the hourly chart, and I want to just start teaching you guys some of the Fibonacci action and helping you guys understand it. All right. So with the fibs, guys, there's going to always be impulsive legs. There's always going to be bigger picture fibs like on the weekly, the daily chart, and then there's always going to be smaller fibs on the hourly, 15-minute, and 5 chart. So depending on your time frame, you have to adjust, right? If you're a swing trader, if you're a day trader, if you're a scalper, all the different time frames, you need to adjust your expectations on every single one. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start here from this gap down, and we're going to draw some of these fibs. All right. So we're just going to work through them together. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to join them and drop them in the chat. And also, if you guys can, let me know where you're watching me from today. That would really help, so I can get a better understanding of my demographics. All right. So generally, anytime we have a major gap, like you can see here that Bitcoin gaps quite significantly, right? Big gaps up and down. And this one was a huge gap on the 18th of April at 16, right? So the 18th of April at 16, let's go back in time and just look at that on the calendar. So the 18th of April and 16, so Friday. Okay, so there's a bit of a pause here, right? From Friday, and then we gap down, right? So Rizwan says, Houston, welcome. So what we want to do is we always want to find impulsive legs. Questing for one, Florida. Nice. I'm in Florida too. Awesome. We always want to find impulsive legs, and then we want to use a Fibonacci to draw them, okay? So what we can see here is we had a gap down, and then we had this push up. You see this? We had it almost like a double bottom pattern right here, and then we pushed up. So anytime we have an impulsive leg, we want to take the Fibonacci from the swing low to the swing high like this, okay? So from the lowest point to the highest point, okay? And if we can I hit replay here? No, it won't let me. Bar replay isn't available, okay? But If we don't see the bars, right, this is how it's going to look at the time. Okay, so we want to go from swing low to swing high, and then the major areas we want to really look for, the 50 and the 618. This zone is always going to be the sweet spot where the algorithms like to load into trades. Okay, so what this is trying to do is find the pullback. Okay, so find the pullback, and then what you can see here, guys, is we tag the 50%, we come very close to the 618, and then we trade exactly to the 0.169 extension. So this 0.169 extension is something that I've created through my back testing and through trading. I really like this extension, and you guys can see why. It seems to be something that not a lot of people know about, and I take a lot of pride in creating this one because I've tested it, and I really like it. So 0.169. So if you don't have that on your Fibonacci, feel free to add that because I found it to be very powerful. All right. So here is an example of taking the 50, right? So if we take the 50 here, we trade to 0.169. That's, 945 points right there. So that's very powerful, right? So this is what we call the impulse leg. So this is the first leg. And then what we can do from here is we can take the bigger picture. So we can keep it at the swing low, and then we could pull it up to the swing high right here. And then you can see in this case, we came to the 786 and we popped. So the fibs are always going to have some type of reaction, right? And your job is to play the fibs appropriately and with good risk to reward. And we can see here from the 786, we have that pop of like basically 1100 points plus, right? And then we have anytime we break a swing low, so like you see here, this was a swing low. Anytime we break a swing low, like in this case, we broke it, you want to start drawing the opposing. So if we draw opposing from high to low here, right, this is the opposing short. Okay, and this one was a home run trade. So we can see the opposing short came into the 886, and then we actually really collapsed. So if we take it from the 886 all the way down, let's go to the lows, that's like 4,000 points right there, right? So beautiful. That's really good. So then that's the first leg of the opposing, and then we can use the sequence leg from this high to this low, and then we can see here we had the 618. Beautiful rejection here. And then if you look at it even closer, we had this nice inside bar here. So this was also a signal that the Fibonacci was working, because if we look in this area here, we have this major rejection with this inverted hammer. Then we have this inside bar, right? So that's a pause pattern. And then look at this beautiful drop all the way down to the 272 extension. And then from there we pop. So guys, if you're buying dips, right? If you want to buy dips in Bitcoin, what you need to do is you need to understand where is the short, okay? So let's talk about that, okay? When you want to buy dips, you need to find the short Fibonacci leg and find where the target is, okay? So where is the target of the short, okay? Where is the target of the short? That's what you want to look for. And then when we get down to those targets, you can look for price action patterns like this. Like this is a double bottom here. This is a hammer bar. And you can take those price action patterns for big opportunities. Okay. And then, I also like looking at advanced patterns. Not all the time, but if we were to look at an advanced Fibonacci pattern here, let me pull out the tool here. So let's just take this thing over here. Okay. So what we can see here, right? So we have high to low. We retraced, then we traded to the target. Okay. And then we completed up here. So this is this is an advanced pattern. Okay. So there's many names like cipher, butterfly, blah, 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 et cetera. But the point is if we really dig into Bitcoin, we can actually see that there's a lot of Fibonacci and harmonics in play. Lots. So it's a very major disservice to yourself if you're not using some of these tools. Please make sure you're using some of these tools, guys, please. Okay, so we had the sequence like we just talked about, okay? And then now, if we go from low to high, we have the opposing, okay? All right, look at this, okay? And if this doesn't show you that the Fibonacci's are dominating Bitcoin, then nothing will. Because look at this, as soon, like absolutely immediately, when it touches the 618, there's a big robot algorithm sitting there. and it just buys and just explodes to measured moves. It's all measured moves, measured move after measured move after measured move. Look at this market. Okay, everything here except for this big sell-off is a measured move. Okay, all of this is measured moves. Okay, even this is probably a measured move on a bigger time frame. Definitely. Let me try taking it from this high down to this low. Okay, and look at this, friends. Okay, do you see how we reverse right around the 50% extension? So that's a measured move on a higher time frame. All right, so what do we need to do? Okay, we need to identify the impulsive leg. We need to draw the Fibonacci, and then we need to look for price action patterns, or we can use limit orders. And then we also need to understand the opposing leg. Okay, if you have those things down, you can dominate the Bitcoin market. And I've been watching, I'm mostly a S&P 500 trader, but I've been watching Bitcoin, I've been studying it, and there's a lot of opportunity here. There's a lot of algorithms involved. All right. So does anybody have any questions about anything so far? Let me know if you guys have any questions. Okay. And then here is an example of last week's action. Okay. So we were trending pretty strong. Okay. And then we had this inverted hammer. We pulled back to the 382 and we explode. So this is a bigger picture fib right here. Okay. So always have the bigger picture fibs and then the smaller fibs. So you combine the bigger picture, the smaller picture. That's how you get some very, very, very good signals. Okay. So this is the hourly chart, could be more for like day trading. But if we want to go to the bigger picture, let's go to the daily chart. Okay, let's go to the bigger picture. Okay, and let's see how the fibs respond on the bigger picture. So the key things that I look for with fibs is gaps. I usually, when we have a gap, like if we go back here to the 28th of December in 2020, you see this gap. This gap is where I'm going to start drawing my fibs from. Okay, so make a note of that. If you're not familiar with fibs, is the gaps is where you want to start. Okay, and I'm just going to expand this a little bit. Okay, and then what we're going to do here, we're going to start off from the low to the high, and then we can see already. Okay, so we have here 786 hit once, twice. Okay, if we start from this initial push down, we have the 618 that popped up. We came to the 786 and then we exploded. Like that was the move of the year. Okay, so when you're on the daily chart, you can look for those bigger move of the years type of plays, like those crazy big time home run trades, because the daily chart has more volume. Same thing with the weekly chart. So when you're taking fibs on those time frames, they're mostly swing trades, but those can be the big home run plays. All right. So we can see here, every time we came to the fib, we had a great pop. And then when we came down here, we actually had a squeeze. All right. And then I can also see on the other side here, if I go back here, I can see if we take it from high to low like this, we have the 786, which is the opposing leg. And look at this. This is what I talked about, the measured move. You see this 0.169. So this is the Fibonacci that I created here on my charts. So look at this, trade to this 0.169, double bottom, bam. All right. So that's how you use the opposing there. Okay. So very, very beautiful trades. Very, very nice. Love it. All right. And then from there, what do we have? Well, we take this swing low, we take it up to the swing high here. Okay, so we're hovering around the 382. You see that 1, 2, 3 times we tested it, and then we popped. Okay, and then we draw the next one, which is going to be this swing low, up to swing high, and then look at that 618 exactly. And then where do we trade? Okay, right into the 0.169 area, and then now we've actually broken down with this gap down, right? But if you want to take the bigger picture fib like this, you can see that we're still hovering around Fibonacci support. All right. So what we should be watching right now, this is what we need to be watching right now. We need to take the Fibonacci from this high to this low. And you see right here, friends. So right here, the 618 is right here. So 58,650 is going to be a very high level of probability for some resistance. I'm not saying it's going to be the end all be all, but definitely we should see a reaction there. And if we actually fill this gap, 61,670 is going to also be an area of major resistance, right? And if on the other side, we come down, If we come back down here, then I'm going to be drawing the fib from the low to the high, and I'll be looking for all of these areas to act as support. All right. Sam says, New York, welcome. Welcome, Sam. Thank you for joining me. All right. So that's Bitcoin in a nutshell. Very Fibonacci based, very algorithm, a lot of inside bars as well. So pick your time frame. Understand, are you a swing trader? Are you a day trader? Are you scalping? What is your objective? Identify and document your objective first. Pick your time frame and then come in with your setups. Okay. So we have Georgia, Chicago. Awesome, guys. You guys are awesome. All right. So let me. All right. So that's kind of what I want to talk about. I just want to get the ball rolling with Bitcoin, with the Fibonacci. Be prepared for May 5th for the micro Bitcoin contracts to come out. And when the micro Bitcoin contracts come out, there can be a lot of fireworks. A lot of things can happen. Blues Rock Addicts from Seattle, welcome. All right. So what we're going to do now, we're going to talk about some swing trades for next week. We're going to look at futures, and then we're going to wrap this up. Okay. So let me know if you have any chart requests. Please let me see. Did anybody post any chart requests? I don't think so. No. If you have any chart requests, post them in the chat and I will look at the charts with you. And any questions about anything, please post them in the chat as well. Okay. All right. So over here, guys, on my blue list, Peloton, Morgan Stanley, Activision Blizzard, Clorox, Etsy, Chewy, American Airlines, Norwegian Cruise Lines, MU, Nike, Johnson Johnson, NVIDIA, Roku. These are all of my picks going into next month. So these are all of my picks going into next month for my trades. I already posted all of these trades in my private room with the exact entry, stop loss, and target. We were coming off a very good month in April. We had 14 winners and only 2 losers. So I'm very, very happy and proud of that because I've been working my ass off to make this shit work. And I'm just going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing until I achieve my goals and my dreams. That's it. We just push and we just keep going. All right. We never give up. Shop says, let me start bringing you guys up here. You guys are the star of the show, not me. Micro Bitcoin already available on Tradingview. Awesome. Yeah, I'm trying to wait for the CME one. I bought Disney near Friday's low and had stopped below the wick of Thursday's candle. Looking to sell 187.50, or should I let it go to 190? Could you break it down, please? Let's look at Disney. All right. So Disney is on a major Fibonacci, which we spoke about last week, right? If we take it from the low to the high right here, so Disney is hanging out right here on the 50. Okay, so you said your stop is 187.50. So it depends on. Should I let it go to 190? Could you break it down, please? Okay, so basically, Rizwan, you have to wait till the open to see what's happening. Okay, the open is going to be the most important part. If we gap up on Disney, you have a lot of momentum, you have a lot of strength on your side, and given this pattern here, we can potentially push a lot higher on Disney. Okay, if we gap down or if we open inside of the previous week's range, that'll be a sign of weakness, and then you may want to consider scaling out or moving up your stop or something like that. But definitely, if we get a gap and go scenario on Disney, it could be extremely, extremely powerful given the higher time frames. All right. Paul says XOP. So let's check that out. So I'm just, whenever I zoom out, guys, I'm trying to see like, okay, where's the next resistance? Resistance is here, here, here. Like this thing has been in a downtrend for a long time, oil and gas, right? So let's take the Fibonacci from this low to high. So you can see here, that's why we had this pop, guys, is because we had this 50% Fibonacci hold, push up and give us a very big pop. But the problem is I'm seeing the short side, right? Here's the short, 618. That's why we rejected. Look at that beautiful 618 rejection. So right now, XOP is stuck in no man's land because there's shorts here and there's longs here. So it can consolidate, it can chop until this breaks or this breaks, we won't have a resolution. Okay, so we have to keep our eyes on those two levels. LVS, Las Vegas Sands. Right, so again, another Fibonacci scenario here. We take it from the low to the high. Boom, we're hugging close to the 50 here. So you can see there were a lot of buyers around 57.80, right? So that has to hold for the bulls to continue this momentum higher. But on the flip side, high to low, we can already see we found rejection on the 50, right? So it's not going to be an easy fight. I'll tell you that. It's not going to be an easy fight for the bulls because this thing is not trending. Okay, it's not trending. It's just chopping. So whenever we have chopping, you have to be careful. If you're long term, that's fine. You want to watch the 57.80 area. Okay. And my friend over here, Arne Frisso from the Netherlands, he's a big supporter of mine. Thank you so much for all you do, brother, supporting me on a lot of things. And my swing room, my book, everything. And I really appreciate you. Thanks for being here. All right. Blues Rocks Addict. We have GDX. See what's going on here. So gold miners. Yeah, so gold was on a major Fibonacci if we take it from this low up here, right? So we talked about gold many times, right? And this is where I was talking about, okay, this is where you want to be buying gold, right around the 50. And then we had the pop. We already had the pop. So now, like we suspected, there was rejection. Why? Let's take the short from high to low. Look at this right here, 618 rejection. So there is the same situation with gold as in a lot of these other stocks is there's a real battle. There's a short in the market and as well as the long in the market. So you have to know your time frames. You have to know, are you swinging it? Are you day trading it? But this level here, $37 basically, right around here. If we can get above that, that will be extremely bullish. The bulls need to hold this 30-50 area. Okay, so anything in between that is just chop. U. So universal security instruments. So anytime, guys, you see wicks like this and like this, it's very risky because there's a lot of manipulation. I will say the inside bars have been working very well. Look at the, oh my God, look at this, guys. You see this? Triple inside bar. This is one of the rarest patterns. You won't find this. Okay, very, very rare. 1, 2, 3, triple inside bar. Bam. If you guys took that trade, man, they'll put you in the Hall of Fame. We gotta have a Hall of Fame. We're gonna start a Hall of Fame for traders. Another inside bar pop, another inside bar short, another one here short. So I will say the inside bars are working very well. Basically, if I were playing this, I would wait for another inside bar. Okay, I'll wait for another inside bar. Pass. This looks like IPO, right, or something. What's going on here? I don't have no data on it. No, this is not an IPO, is it? I don't have data on it. Double check the ticker for me and let me know. Alex, welcome. KRC. Kilroy Realty Corp. Okay. You see here, we had this major triple bottom. That's a strong pattern right here. We had 1, 2, 3. If we go back even further, look, 4, 5, 6. 6 times we've bottomed here. So eventually the shorts are going to have to throw in the towel if we can get above. If we start pushing, we can squeeze, right? If we ever get back up to here, let me know. 84, 83, let me know. And then I'll be looking for a major squeeze. But look at this most beautiful, pretty inside bar back in the day over here. And look at this one. Boom. Look at these short opportunities. Absolutely stunning. Okay. So this thing closed with an inside bar, which I like. KRC. So how I would play this is bracket the inside bar to the upside, bracket it to the downside. Just keep it very, very simple. VSTO. Another inside bar. Okay. And this one is tight. Very tight. Look at this pattern here. Okay, so we have a triangle pattern here, and it's very, very tight. Look at that. So damn tight. See that? So it's looking to break out. So same play. Bracket the inside bar, take it to the upside here, take it to the downside there. So pretty good. Delfino, welcome, my friend. I did miss I missed our Sunday talks that we had every Sunday. So Delfino is one of my students. Like you guys know, we just finished 2 months of training. And he's on his own right now, but we're still meeting once a month at least. But we used to meet every Sunday. So hope trading went well this week, friend. Hope it went well. Let me know. Did it go well? Comment in the chat. Let me know how trading went. Sam, Los Angeles, welcome. Rizwan Twitter. Okay, let's look at that. I tried Twitter and I lost. Made a mistake. I took Twitter here on the weekly and I got stopped out. Unfortunately. I should have played it again over here. Then I would have been able to at least scalp it. But that being said, that's spilled milk. We don't worry about that. We move on. What we have here, guys, is a beautiful Fibonacci setup here from low to high. So this right here is a problem. Okay, this is a problem. Do you see how we break right through the 618 without any remorse? You see how we break through it without any pause? This is dangerous. So the next level of support is right here, 5230, and then 4868 right here. So this zone is going to be the area to watch. Delfino says it was great. How much R did you make? And now if we take the short, my friends, look at this. This is, guys, this is what so most traders know Fibonacci, but they don't know opposing leg. So this is a concept I talk about in my book very extensively. Know the opposing leg. Know how to draw the opposite. Okay? The opposite Fibonacci. Because look how beautiful this is. 618 right here. If you load up on puts, even if you short stock, whatever, right here, you get a clean move. A clean move. Okay? Very, very beautiful. Clean move, guys. All right. HYLN. Jackie, welcome. Helion Holdings. I don't really like this chart. It just looks looks a lot of manipulation. We do see inside bars worked in the past. See? So let's wait for the next inside bar setup before looking into that trade. Okay. Blues Rock Addict. Here we go. PAAS. Okay. All right. So silver. So there's a lot of consolidation. Personally, I would be waiting for something else, inside bar or some other pattern. Whenever we have just going sideways for a while, it's hard to trade it. It's more likely to lose money. So I'll be betting on something else. PH Parker Anyfin Corp. So this is a nice chart, guys. Anytime we have something that's pushing into all-time highs, that's very, very good, right? That means it's very, very powerful. What I want to see here is this 20 EMA to catch up a little bit. You see the last time we look at this. When a stock is trending, it'll tag the 20 EMA and it'll just squeeze. So basically, we're waiting for this 20 EMA to catch up and then looking for the next player. If we can pull back into here, this area here, 300 basically, would be the next beautiful area to buy. Paul says Intel. What's going on with Intel these days? Beautiful inside bar here, right? That popped. And I was going to play this inside bar, but the bar was so tiny that I didn't play it. But if I played this inside bar, that's easily 2 times your money right there. But I didn't play it because it's so tiny. Sometimes, guys, the tiny, tiny bars, you don't want to play them because it's a lot of risk, So what's happening here is if we take this swing low up to this swing high here, you can see that we tried to hold the 618. You see that, how we tried it? You see the wick? That means we tried, but we're not holding it. So that's a bad sign. And what I mentioned about Intel the last time that we spoke was Intel is in a range, guys, and it's going to be hard to break out of the range. So you want to buy near the bottom and you want to sell near the top. Until the range breaks, you have to trade range bound. Okay. Rizwan says AMD. So AMD we made money on it last week in the swing room, and this is it's good that you brought this up because this is a good example of why you need to take profits. Okay. So here's AMD. Here's the exact entry that I took last week, 83.23, and the stop was 80.37. Okay. So if we look at AMD, you see here, guys, I made exactly 2 times my money on the trade. So if I risk $1,000 here, I made 2,000. But as soon as I made that money, this thing actually decided to turn all the way around. Like, can you believe that? It went all the way from 89.15 and it came all the way to close at 81.70. So this, my friends, take a picture of this chart. And always, when you see this chart, remind yourself, take profits. Okay? Remind yourself to take profits because this shit can happen to you. So this is why I always take profits, move up the stop loss. So on this trade, in this trade, once you hit your targets, you put your stop loss to break even on the rest of your position and you're done. Okay? Promise me you guys will do that. Don't be greedy. Do not be greedy. There's no need to be greedy. Okay? Just let's try to make money every single week. Let's not be greedy. Delfino says it was great. Awesome. So yeah, let me know how much are you made, Delfino. Sam AMRC. Yeah, this looks like there's a lot of resistance here for some reason. If I draw the Fibonacci from the opposing here, from high to low here, guys, I can see that the 50% right there, guys, you see there's some rejection starting right here. So this area is going to be hard to break through. So be careful around here from 53 up to 58 to see potential short stepping in here. CRNC. So nice inside bar here on CRNC. If it can get above 99, I think that would be awesome for a potential bullish play here for a quick scalp, and then lock in some profits and then let it go and see where it can take you. SFM. I don't see anything in particular. I don't see an inside bar, but I do see a Fibonacci in play here. And we're sitting on the 382. I would like to see it come down a little bit more to the 50 or 618 for me to be interested on that. All right. TDY, Joe, Blues Rocks Addict says, thank you. Thank you. Thanks for joining, guys. Sometimes I get a little bit discouraged because sometimes I don't know if there's going to be like nobody here. So for those who consistently join me, I really appreciate you. Thank you. So TDY Teledyne Technologies, the last beautiful setup we had was on the 5th of April. That week, we had this nice inside bar, which had an amazing pop, right, guys? So this is what I want to show you guys. This is exactly what I did with TD the other day on my swing trade. Anytime we're up against all-time highs and we have an inside bar, you want to actually play it to the upside. Most of the time, you want to play it to the upside because there's a potential to squeeze. And you see that? That's what we call the squeeze. Look at that. 3 weeks of vertical. That's a squeeze. Okay? So right now, no setup though. I don't see inside bar. I don't see anything. Just going to hang out and wait. I'm not going to be a buyer up here, right? I don't want to be a buyer up there. All right, Joe? TDY, right? That's the one? For AMD, can you talk about why the stop and entry is at the middle of a weekly candle and not the bottom wick? In the middle of the weekly candle. I use different stops, Sam, depending on the stock. It's a lot of different things. We can look at AMD. It's a lot of different things. If we look here, right? There's a give and take, right? Obviously, you put your stop loss below the low of the candle, you have more room, but your risk to reward is going to be shit, right? So one thing that I like to do, go to the daily chart, look at certain things, right? So on this candle here, 23rd of April is pretty much when we got filled, right? So when we got filled here, if you look at this candle right here, the stop loss makes sense to be right here, right? Because this is a big bullish candle, okay? And if this big bullish candle is going to break, if the price is going to retrace all the way down here, then the trade is dead, right? The trade is dead in the water. So that's an example, right? I also use fibs and a bunch of other stuff. I don't want to talk about it too much because, you know, there's people that pay for all of that in my private swing room. I don't want to like disclose every single thing just to be fair to them, but that's an example. Use a daily chart, look at the candles, look at the fibs. Bud. Budweiser? Guessing that's Budweiser, Rizwan? It depends if you're drinking a lot of Budweiser or not. That's the question. If you're drinking a lot of Budweiser, it could be bullish. You know? That's my technical analysis. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking. Here, let's go low to high here. These fibs, these are the areas we want to look. So 69, 68, this zone. Let's see what happens. It looks like it's pulling back a bit. Let's see what happens when we get down here. I think that would be great opportunities. Oh my God. Look at this guy here. This guy's a superstar. I made 5R. I focus on my research. Hope next week I can charge you data of my I can charge. I think you meant to say share you data of my back testing. Just send me an email, Delfino, with the back testing. I want to see it. So guys, what does 5R mean? So let me teach you. Any trader that works with me, we trade in risk units. So whatever your account is, let's say it's 10K. So your maximum risk will be $200. If you're trading with 100K, your maximum risk will be $2,000. We try to keep it at 2%, okay? So when Delfino says he made 5R here, if he's trading with a 100K account, that means he made $10,000 between $5,000 to $10,000, basically, right? So I don't even know. This guy might even be better at me than day trading at this point, because every week he seems to be profitable. So please send me your back tested results. I want to take a look at it, see what the hell you're doing, man. This is really, really good. I'm going to interview Delfino, guys. I will interview him on my YouTube channel when my cough goes away and all that crap. I'm going to interview this man. This is a great man right here, guys. This, I'm not going to talk too much about him, but he's put in the work, man. Proud of him. Very, very proud. BA. Yeah, Boeing, look at that inside bar right there sitting on the 20 EMA. We'll bracket this baby up to the upside, bracket this baby to the downside. Keep it extremely simple. Sam says, makes sense. Thanks. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you guys here. I really do. This is fun for me. What else do I have? I'm trying to see if anybody posts any chart requests, but I don't think so. All right. So friends, we went through Bitcoin. We talked about trading strategy. We did chart requests. I have my swing trades here for you guys. Guys, if you want to join my swing room, it's $50 a month. I'll teach you everything that I know. All right. And all my trades are already posted. Everything is posted the weekend before the open. So all you have to do is put the order in, then go lay on the beach somewhere. That's it. All right. So, all right. Any questions, guys? Shoot some questions at me. Like, what's going on these days? Are we making money or losing money? Last month, did really well with the swings. Things have been good. How are you guys doing? Blues Rocks Addict. Says it's worth it, guys. No doubt. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Let me know. What's the biggest issue? Okay, let's talk about this. Is your issue the chart, like the patterns on the chart, you don't understand it? Or is the issues risk management? Like, what's the problem? You guys tell me what's going through. We can talk about it. Could we look at SPY? Yeah, let's look at futures. I have it here. All right. So right now, okay, guys, futures is on a rampage right now. We opened here, right? And we have a nice 11-point pop. The only thing we have to be worried about right now for futures, for S&P 500 here is this. See? So these Fibonacci's can act as resistance. We have 4190 right around here. 618 is there. And then we have 4200. So 4200, guys, I think is going to be a potential major area of resistance right here. And you know why, guys? It's a whole number. And then you know what other guys are going to be doing? Watch this. Let me take this thing here. Okay, watch this, okay? And right here would be 4200 right around here. What pattern is that? Let me know, guys. What pattern is that? This is what everyone's going to be looking at this week. Let me know if you know what that pattern is. And then we'll put Rizwan up here. Made 1550 last week on 25,000. Wow. That's really good. On 1 week, that's awesome. Did you make that through swing trades or day trades, Rizwan? Let us know. Did you make that with swing trades or day trades or both? Yeah, so right here, Blues Rock Addict has it right here, Head and Shoulders, guys. Okay. So the question going into this week, are we looking at a Head and Shoulders pattern? Which, Head and Shoulders are very powerful because we can really, really start tanking with Head and Shoulders. But otherwise than that, guys, in reality, if that doesn't play out, the only levels that need to hold right here is around 4165. This base here, do you see how long S&P 500 has been building this base right here around 41 50s, 60s in this zone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times in a row. Okay, we've been building this base. As long as this base can hold, this is a long-term base. This base can hold, we just continue bullish. This is the line in the sand. Okay, so remember that 4160 is the line in the sand. SHS. That stock, is that a chart request, Delfino? Let's see. What the hell is this? Maybe that's the wrong ticker. Rizwan says from day trades and scalp futures. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Joe, double top. More of a head and shoulders, I would say. If it comes back all the way to last week's high, then yeah, double top for sure. Awesome. Okay. All right. So there we go. So so just to recap on the futures. So the line in the sand for the bulls is between 4150 to 4160. Okay. And then the shorts are going to be watching 4200. You know, honestly, from a risk reward perspective, it's not that, like, if you have a lot of longs on, like I have a lot of longs on right now. If you have a lot of longs, then it kind of makes sense to have some hedges potentially. So a short of 4200 with a stop above 4212, it could work. It could work, especially if the head and shoulder does create itself. Why can't I get rid of this shit? Anyways, all right, Qs are right here. So here are the Qs. So the Qs have been for a long time lagging, right? It's been lagging for probably the last 2 months. And generally, generally the Qs lead the market, right? But they haven't been doing that. And really right now, what I see here with the Qs is I see this smaller Fibonacci from this high to the low. If we take this short, right here. So again, so right around here, 13,906. This is the area to watch. If we get up here and start rejecting, that can be the next leg potentially for this short. But just like ES, we've kind of put in a short-term base here. Look at this, 13,822. We've tested it 1, 2, 3, 4 times now. Okay, so this is the line in the sand for the bulls as well. All right. So we have the short levels, we have the bull levels. All right. All right, so we're at basically 45 minutes. Do you guys have any questions with anything? Anything at all? Let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap it up here. If you're just tuning in now, make sure to rewatch the video. I'm going to send the link when we're done, so you can take a look at Bitcoin, where I went through it, talked about the fibs. And as always, guys, if you want more information on the fibs, if you want if you want more detail in writing with charts, grab my book. All right, I had one guy buy a copy today, so thank you. All right, I don't see anything in here. I'm gonna hang out for a little bit more just in case you guys have anything. Honestly, guys, the market has been very fair. It's been very technical. It's been Fibonacci's, inside bars. It's been trending. It's been very fair. So if you haven't been making money, you need to really take a step back and try to figure out what you're doing wrong, because every decent trader is making money right now. And that's how it is in trading, is you have to make money when things are easy, because like in March, the market was difficult. It was tough to make money. It was so hard to make money, right? And because of that, you have to just suck it up and take losses and try to stay at break even, right? But when things are good, you got to make money. And that's why trading in the market comes down to grit, and it comes down to consistency, because you might have a whole month where you get crapped on, right? And then after that, you might make a lot, right? And actually, I'll share a story with you, Delfino. We when I was coaching him, like he would start off sometimes with Monday with being a loser. Okay. Like, so you start your day trades with futures on Monday, and then Monday is a loser. Okay. So if you lose on Monday, if you don't have the mental fortitude to keep coming back and to keep trading, then you're not going to succeed in trading, right? So what he did is just kept trading, and then by the end of the week, finishing profitable. You see what I mean, guys? Like, that's what it comes down to. You need the grit to just take losses, forget about it, and just move on. All right. All right. So Chad, let's do this for my friend here. Any chance we do Tesla, pins, and pen? Let's do those. So with Tesla, right? So Tesla, we had this inside bar, okay? And my trigger to enter Tesla is here. So this is actually one of my private trades. I'm going to share it with you guys, okay? My order was 752.03, stop 715.52. So let me teach you guys something, okay? So before all of this happened last week, this is how the chart looked, okay? So just ignore this candle for now, okay? Pretend that candle's not there. So you guys notice how my order is sitting at 752.03 because I want to get in only if Tesla is showing momentum. I don't want to get in and take a loss. You see how Tesla went all the way down to 662, right? It was, sorry, 664. It went all the way down here. I was not in the trade at that time, right? If I did take the trade, I would have lost, okay? So this is why I use stop limit orders. I need the price to break through my entry for me to get filled. Otherwise, forget it. Okay, so I want momentum. So that's what I'm trying to teach you guys. That's a trading style, okay? That's momentum style, okay? But basically here, there's a nice long wick, nice hammer wick here. This needs to hold for the bulls. So right around here, 667 needs to hold for the bulls because they're buying. Like, people are still buying dips. Look, you see these wicks? Let's look at these wicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are too small. 6, 7. 7 significant wicks means buyers are buying. So they're going to keep buying until they get stopped. So if we start breaking through these levels here, we can flush like nothing ever happened. But with all this buying pressure, if we turn the corner here and we break through my entry price, I think we have a chance to run up. Okay. Pins. That's a nasty sell-off on pins right there. So there was a short fib here and a potential long fib here. We need one more week on pins to make some analysis right now. We need one more week here. Nice inside bar on pen. Look at that. Beautiful inside bar. So pen, beautiful inside bar. Just literally bracketing it to the upside or to the downside can be a very, very good opportunity on pen. Very, very nice. Look at that. And it also lines up with the fib. I did analysis on pen over the weekend. I was looking at it very, very closely. So you see here, we pull back to the 618. Very, very nice. Kevin Stone says he's in the Bradenton, Sarasota area. Awesome. Awesome. On Monday, my loss was 430, and then you came back and had a great winner. That's awesome. CVX. All right, this is my last one, guys. I'm going to run after this. Chevron. So what did I do with this? I actually was in a position in Chevron. Yeah, I took a loser on Chevron, guys. I shorted below this 2-week bar, and I got stopped out. I was just taking a chance here with this 2-week inside bar, and it's more like a hedge to me because I had a lot of longs, so I was looking for something to short. So I shorted this guy here, and then I got stopped out. So it is what it is. Not really seeing another setup here, just waiting for it to either pull back down into this zone or waiting for the inside bar to come up. Okay, Paul wants CGC. Let's give him CGC. So a lot of the pot stocks are consolidating, and they had inside bars, and they came up on all of my scanners, but I refuse to play them right now because the inside bar is very, very tiny. The range is very, very tight, right? The range is very, very tight right now, and I don't want to play a tight range because I can get stopped out too quickly. So I'm passing on all the marijuana stocks for now. I see a lot of potential in them, but right now I'm passing. I don't want to be a part of the chop. I don't want to have tight stops. What I would do if it's a long-term look here, take it from this swing low up to this swing high here. We can see the 786 is down here around 23 bucks. I think 23 could be the magic number here, or 18. So right around here. If we pull back, these are going to be awesome buys. All right. Paul says thank. Chad says thank. Thanks. All right, guys. That's it for me. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys joining me here on Sunday. I'm here every Sunday. I'm trying to do these at least 2 to 3 times a week because I like interacting and teaching. And every time we do a video, I want to teach, like have a topic at the beginning where I can teach you guys something, almost like a webinar seminar format. And then we can come back and look at chart requests, and we can look at whatever you guys want to look at. All right. So I'm out. Thank you and have a great night.